Hello and welcome back. Today is Friday, February 21st. Today is actually the 21st. I know yesterday's video actually said the 21st then on the 20th, but hey, today is the 21st. I have your three best bets for you in the NBA today. As always, if you're new to the channel, please leave a like and subscribe down below. Makes me know you like the content. I'm going to try to do today's video a little differently than normal. I'm going to try to do this all in one continuous take with no really cuts here, so if you see me taking a little pause, or if I'm going to be like doing something else or scrolling, hey, just keep moving forward. But I'm going to try something a little different. I'm going to give you guys all one continuous take for today's video. But 9-game NBA slate for us today. We can start off with a banger: Cleveland versus New York Knicks. I'm about to say New England Patriots. Knicks versus Cavs. Early on ESPN, great game. Other ESPN game is Minnesota-Houston. That's a fun one between the two young teams out in the Western Conference. Golden State-Sacramento is the game I'm looking forward to the most here tonight. Fun matchup here overall. Other than that, besides that, the rest of the slate's kind of meh. Detroit-San Antonio, if Wemby was playing, Wemby out for the season. That came out of nowhere. It seems like the Spurs are really going for the tank mode. They have the Hawks pick and their own pick, so kind of makes sense. And you kind of have to worry about the injury because I've been reading it's like the Chris Bosh injury, but wouldn't really look that much into it. He's still super young. OKC Utah 15-point spread, biggest spread of the day. Highest over-under on the day is this Knicks-Cavs matchup at 240. Overall, New Orleans Pelicans Dallas is 235. Detroit Spurs 231. And then the Golden State SAC is 234. So some high over-under matchups here, some great matchups here overall. Then some games I'm not really touching. A lot of these teams are on back-to-backs post All-Star break, if we haven't noticed. All-Star break yesterday was not the best for a lot of these superstars here. But before we jump into today's plays, we got to recap yesterday's action. Yesterday, the NBA ended up going 3-2 in best bets. It was like right there between 3-2 and 2-3, 2-3. But 2-3, I'll eat it. The Franz Wagner one is the one that just hurts the most. He missed a technical foul free throw, I know, and then he missed a free throw late in the game that would have easily hit his over. He finished the game at 32 points, rebounds. Paolo was a monster, I believe, in the second half, but and man, Franz, yeah, he got a lot of rebounds late in the game, but he should have made those free throws, man. It was brutal watching those miss. Joel Embiid, the game was a blowout. I don't think that one was going to hit overall. He was at 15 points at the end of the game. Game was pretty much a blowout overall. So that one, that's a hand up on me. Desmond Bane, he had a great game overall. Karl Anthony Towns, that man willed his way for the over. I think he started out like 1 for 7, like 2 for 10. He was horrible, shooting 20%. In that second quarter, he scored 20 plus points, and then it took until like the final. It took until overtime for him to get past the 27.5. In the fourth quarter, he had 26 points going into the fourth quarter. Took one shot in the whole fourth quarter. Yeah, he was benched for the majority of it, but one shot for a guy that's been balling out in that third quarter was crazy. And then Giannis Antetokounmpo, minutes restriction. Once that minutes restriction came out, it was pretty much a wrap at 30 plus points. He was going to try his best that third quarter. He is a third quarter dominant player as well, but he finished the game at 23. Hardly played the fourth quarter. They didn't need him because the game was like, it was close, but like they were winning, so they didn't need him. But 2-3 day yesterday overall. 4-4. I got this bozo on my left, right here, or my right, yeah, left or right here. Franz Wagner, this bozo just looking at me. Can't make a free throw at me, and the cat is in awe that he missed that free throw. But interesting day yesterday, to say the least, post All-Star break. But I feel like we had good plays. It's just on the wrong side of it overall. 3 plays here I absolutely love. And before I don't know what I was doing. Let's just jump into it. For my first play of the day, going to be in this Knicks-Cavs matchup here, over under 240. Cleveland is a 7-point favorite at home on a back-to-back. Both these teams playing a back-to-back. And I might be taking the cheese here on this play. I don't care. I just see Donovan Mitchell's point line at 23.5 on FanDuel. I know it's 24.5 on DraftKings. It's moved down a point, but 23.5 points for a guy that grew up loving the New York Knicks. This is a big game for the Eastern Conference standings. The Knicks are going to try their best here. High over-under matchup. So give me Donovan Mitchell over 23.5 points coming in at minus 125. On FanDuel, he has a great matchup here. The Knicks allowing the 7th most points to the shooting guard position. These last 7 games, the Knicks allowing the 10th most points to the shooting guard position. So overall, he has a great matchup here where he's gotten the over 4 for his last 4 games against this Knicks team, averaging 27.2 points per game. So I love that overall. He's got this over 3 for his last 5 games overall, with last night him getting the over, averaging 26.8 points per game. Last 5 games against the Knicks, he scored 28, 26, 30, and 25. He scored 30 and 25 in his last 2 games against this Knicks team, so he's balled out against them this season. Great history of getting the over. Out of the 14 games going back to 2022, he's only had 4 games gone under, so he's 10 for his last 14 against this Knicks team overall. He's averaging 20 field goal attempts per game these last 5 games, which is 2 more than he has all season overall. And the Knicks have given up some big games to the shooting guard position. Josh Giddey just got 27 on them. Point guard, point forward. They had Lonzo playing with them, so I'm not really sure how that counts. But Josh Giddey, 27 points. Dyson Daniels, 23. Caris LeVert, I always thought it was Chris LeVert, Caris LeVert, 20 plus points. Peyton Pritchard, 25 plus points, and then Max Christie, 15. On back-to-backs this season, Donovan Mitchell's given up 56. On back-to-backs this season, Donovan Mitchell's gotten the over 56% of the time, averaging 22.9 points per game. With his last 3, him scoring 26, 33, and 24 points on those 2 back-to-backs. And his last back-to-back against this Knicks team was last season on November 1st. Early on, he dropped 30 points on this Knicks team. My predictions have him at 25 plus points in this game, so he gets the over by 1.5. I think this game's going to be really close overall. The spread, I think the Knicks are going to come out hard. This is a big game for the Eastern Conference. And I think Donovan Mitchell steps it up here at home. High over-under matchup. Great matchup for him overall. Good history of getting the over. So give me Donovan Mitchell over 23.5 points. 3. I don't know why you guys are doing one continuous take. You see, I try to do the 3-2-1s in between so I can pace it out, but I'm going to try to just get used to doing this in one continuous fashion here. The next matchup here for my second play of the day going to be in the Sacramento Golden State Warriors matchup here. 234 over under. My last play is a same game parlay in this matchup here. And I'm going to do a different play for my same game parlay. This play I love the most out of the game here, and that's DeMar DeRozan. Over 23.5 points, assists, coming in at minus 120 on DraftKings. Not fully sure what they're doing here. I think DeMar DeRozan easily scores 20 here. I know earlier this morning it was at 19.5. I think he can easily score 20 plus points here, and he's been passing the ball a lot recently. So I think it's a great spot here overall. He's gotten this over 4 for his last 5 games, averaging 28.8 points assists per game. 3 for his last 4 against this Golden State Warriors team, averaging 32 points assists per game. Golden State Warriors, these last 30 games, allowed the 11th most assists to the small forward position. So DeMar has a great spot here. And why I love this spot for DeMar DeRozan so much is Golden State Warriors allowing points inside the paint. 29th most points inside the 3-point arc, so in that little 2-point mid-range arc, they're allowing the 29th most points. That's where DeMar DeRozan gets 44% of his shots. Inside the paint, inside the key, they rank 30th in points allowed inside the paint, and that's where DeMar gets 26% of his shots. So where DeMar gets nearly 60% of his shots in the game, Golden State Warriors rank 29th overall in the points allowed in that spot. I think it's a great spot here overall for DeMar DeRozan. 60% hit rate on the season, averaging 25.6 points assists per game. Last 2 games against the Warriors team. First game of the season had 13. Most recent game had 34 points assists, so he's just balled on them pretty recently overall. My projections have him at 25 plus points here, so it's a great spot here overall. High over-under matchup. This could be a fast-paced game. I think this game is going to be a lot more fun because these two teams always play great games against each other, and I think DeMar DeRozan can step it up here for us. So give me DeMar DeRozan over 23.5 points assists on DraftKings. And then we're just going to jump into the same game parlay here overall. In that same game, Golden State, Sacramento, 235 over under. High over under matchup, the second one on the day. I'm going to be using my FanDuel 30% profit boost, so it's going to be 4 plus plays here for plus 295 odds on FanDuel. Let's just show you it. Stephen Curry, 25 plus points. I think the 26 plus points a little too rich. I know it's 27 points on DraftKings. I wish I can get it 25 plus points. I would bet it straight up overall, but I'm going to add it to the same game parlay. He's got this over 5 for his last 5, averaging 32 points per game. 3 for his last 5 against this Kings team, averaging 24.8 points per game. The Kings allow the 5th most points to the point guard position, so Curry has a great spot here overall. And then Zach LaVine, 2 plus threes. He's got this over 3 for his last 5, averaging 2.4 threes made per game. He's got this over 4 for his last 6 against this Golden State Warriors team, averaging 2.2 threes made per game. And the Golden State Warriors allow the most threes to the shooting guard position, so Zach LaVine has a great spot here overall. For the third leg here, Sabonis, 15 plus points. Love him over here. He's got a 78% hit rate against this Golden State Warriors team going back to 2021. averaging 19 points per game. Out of 18 games, he only went under 4 times in those 18 games, so great hit rate overall. He's got this over 4 for his last 5, averaging 18.2 points per game, and 4 for his last 5 against this Golden State Warriors team, with his last game, him dropping 28 points on them. Love this overall. And then Jimmy Butler, the new Golden State Warrior, man, need him to get 15-plus points as well. Sacramento Kings allowed the 5th most points to the small forward position these last 15 games, so a great opportunity here for Jimmy Butler, who has got this over in every single game as a Golden State Warrior, so he's motivated. He's got this over 4 for his last 5, averaging 19.6 points per game. He's got this over 4 for his last 5 against this Kings team, averaging 23.8 points per game, 67% hit rate for him on the season overall. But like I said, 4 for his last 4 with this Warriors team. These 4-plus plays here come out to plus 292 odds on FanDuel. That's a good same game parlay, I would say, overall. Decent odds, 4-plus plays. Only need 4. High over-under matchup. We just pretty much need Curry to play the 25-plus points here overall. But those are my 3 best bets for you in the NBA today. As always, let me know down below what's your favorite play in this 9-game NBA slate. That USA hockey Canada game last night was just awesome. That gave me such flashbacks to staying up late for the Blackhawks versus the Bruins matchup back in the day. That was great hockey overall. Great product. I wish the NBA would take something out of it, or at least the NBA players try a little harder here overall. But 9-game slate, fun day overall. Friday, fun day. Let me know down below what's your favorite play while you're down there. Let me know if you like these plays, you like this new format where I'm just going to keep rolling with it. You're going to see me mess up here once in a while, but I'm more than cool with it. I'm enjoying doing all of this for you. I really appreciate the support this page has been getting for everybody. The support this page has been getting overall. I truly appreciate it. As always, if I don't make a play here, please make sure to follow my Twitter at DaWiddler, where I always make my plays I always post my plays there. Hopefully having a wonderful day. Keep on smiling, and I will see you in the next one.